The young Sheldon universe has always been a delicate balancing act of humor, heart, and family dynamics. With the introduction of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, the Big Bang Theory prequel spin-off expands its scope beyond Sheldon's coming of age to focus on his older brother, Georgie, and his journey into adulthood. While this new series gives fans a fresh perspective on Georgie and Mandy's relationship, it also inadvertently deepens one of the most heartbreaking aspects of the Big Bang Theory, the rift between Sheldon and Georgie. A new character in Georgie and Mandy, perhaps a mentor, a friend, or even their child, could serve as a powerful lens to highlight the growing chasm between the Cooper brothers. This character's influence on Georgie's life would underscore what Sheldon missed out on due to their fractured relationship, making their eventual reconciliation, or lack thereof, even more painful. The Cooper brothers, a relationship built on tension. Throughout young Sheldon, it's clear that Sheldon and Georgie have always had a complicated relationship. Sheldon, the prodigious genius, often looks down on Georgie, while Georgie, the practical and hard-working one, struggles to find his place in the shadow of his younger brother's brilliance. Despite their differences, there's an underlying love between them, but it's often overshadowed by misunderstanding and resentment. In the Big Bang Theory, the divide between the two becomes painfully evident. Georgie, feeling abandoned and unappreciated, holds onto years of resentment toward Sheldon for never recognizing his sacrifices. It takes a major intervention, courtesy of Mary Cooper, for the two to reconcile, but the damage done over the years is undeniable. With Georgie and Mandy, we see Georgie at a critical turning point in his life: marriage, fatherhood, and personal growth. If a new character enters the picture and plays a significant role in shaping Georgie's journey, it could make Sheldon's absence even more glaring. The missing brother, a painful reminder. Imagine Georgie and Mandy introduces a character like a wise business mentor who helps Georgie become a successful entrepreneur, or a close family friend who supports him through fatherhood. This character could provide the guidance and emotional support that Georgie never received from his own brother. Alternatively, if the show takes a more poignant route, their child, Georgie and Mandy's son or daughter, could grow up hearing about Uncle Sheldon but never truly knowing him. The occasional mentions of Sheldon could serve as subtle yet painful reminders of the distance between the brothers. This absence would highlight the irony that while Sheldon's intelligence brought him fame and success, it also cost him meaningful family connections. Georgie, who was always there for their family, had to navigate life's biggest challenges without the support of his younger brother. A symbolic representation of their rift. Another compelling way Georgie and Mandy could emphasize the Sheldon-Georgie feud is by introducing a character who actively contrasts with Sheldon. This could be a friend or co-worker of Georgie's who represents everything Sheldon isn't, someone warm, present, and emotionally intuitive. For example, imagine a former high school classmate of Georgie's who reconnects with him in adulthood and becomes a surrogate sibling figure. This character could fill the role of an older brother for Georgie in ways Sheldon never did, from business partnerships to family bonding. Every moment of camaraderie and support between them would serve as a silent rebuke to Sheldon's absence. How this feud reflects the reality of sibling relationships. What makes the tension between Sheldon and Georgie so heartbreaking is how relatable it is. Many families experience estrangement due to differences in personality, priorities, or life choices. Georgie and Mandy has the opportunity to explore this universal theme by showing how Georgie grapples with his own feelings about Sheldon while trying to build a life for himself. The show could include moments where Georgie reflects on his past with Sheldon, perhaps telling Mandy stories about growing up with a genius brother, some fond, some bitter. These reflections could add depth to his character and remind viewers of the emotional weight he carries. The redemption arc, Will Georgie and Mandy set up a reconciliation? While The Big Bang Theory showed us that Sheldon and Georgie eventually reconcile, Georgie and Mandy could plant the seeds for that resolution in a more profound way. If the show introduces a character who constantly reminds Georgie of his missing brother, whether through advice, a mentorship role, or simply by embodying the emotional support Sheldon never gave, Georgie might begin to see the importance of mending their relationship. Perhaps a major life event, such as the birth of his second child or a major business success, could make Georgie reconsider reaching out to Sheldon. Mandy might encourage him to make amends, recognizing how much unresolved hurt lingers between them. Even if the show doesn't directly depict their reconciliation, it could create a richer emotional context for what we later see in The Big Bang Theory. Conclusion: a story that deepens the Cooper family legacy. The beauty of Young Sheldon and its spin-offs is their ability to add layers of depth to the characters we already know and love. Georgie and Mandy has the potential to make Sheldon and Georgie's estrangement even more poignant by introducing a character who subtly emphasizes what's been lost between them. Whether this new character is a mentor, a friend, or their child, they could serve as a reminder of the bond that once existed and a pain of its absence. And in doing so, Georgie and Mandy could turn what was once a background detail in The Big Bang Theory into one of the most heartbreaking and relatable family stories in the entire franchise.